What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP, and this is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everyone.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Beetlejuice impression. But yeah, hey, everybody.
That was Beetlejuice?
Well, yeah.
That
He has a raspy voice like that.
I wouldn't have thought he would have sounded like that. Maybe in the new...
remake?
The new remake, probably, but either which way.
Anyway.
This is the FilmBros podcast.
Yeah.
So, speaking of remakes, not really, just playing. We're not talking about remakes right now.
No.
But number one hot show, Josh, that was on Netflix was Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
I think we talked about it in a previous episode, way episodes ago. So if you guys want to check those out, make sure that you guys go on YouTube, go on Spotify, anywhere you guys get your podcasts, FilmBros podcast. Go ahead and catch up. If you guys want to interact with us and or support us in a big way, Josh, let them know where they can let us know as well.
Let us know at Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. That's where you can hit us up for any news or movies you want us to cover. And then support us. The links are in those bios. Again, Buzzsprout. And you get special perks when you do. So why not?
Yeah. And like I said, catch up on all those episodes. So we did talk about this before. A big WTF moment, I guess, that was in season 4 and season 3 was, I guess, Will Byers basically taking a back seat in those seasons, and especially in season 4. So I've heard. Now I haven't seen season 4, so you can correct me if I'm wrong if they put him in more than what I am saying. But from what I've heard, he was basically a side character in season 4.
Yeah. He's basically been sidelined since like
Season 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I don't even think he was prominent in season 2 either.
He was, I think, for the first half of the season, and then he got pushed.
He got pushed aside because they had to worry about
The rest of them.
Well, it was Dustin and that dog.
In season 2?
Yeah.
No, wasn't it, wasn't season 2 when she was, like, trying to find the rest of her people?
Yeah, that's 11. That's 11's little side arc. But I think the second one, they find the demo dog or whatever the fuck it's called.
They find the Dimmadome?
The goddamn Dimmadale Dimmadome.
Oh, fucking Doug Dimmadome. Owner of Dimmadale Dimmadome.
But, yeah, they find him then, and then the third one, that one's with...
Sidelined.
That one's with the mall. He was sidelined. And then, this one, he was also sidelined. I don't know what it is. Will's character has... I mean, I honestly, past the first season, I don't think he was too relevant. I think he was kind of one and done. I know a lot of people are, like, clamoring for more screen time from him because he's gay. His character is gay. Not just the actor, but Will. And that's cool. But, I mean, if the story isn't centered around him, you shouldn't force him into everything.
No, but, I mean, him basically being the reason why everything started, you would think that he'd, have a little bit more resolution throughout the seasons. Then again, in the first season, if you guys see him, I always personally thought, and this is why I never understood, like, the whole pushing him back thing. I think the only prominent people is, I believe it's his mom, right? Winona Ryder, right?
Yeah, I forget her name.
Yeah, I forgot her name in the show. She became a real, like, strong role, but not him. And that's because he was missing all of the first season as well. It was about him, but it wasn't about him, And so when I didn't see him in the second season, it didn't really bother me too much because we didn't see him really in the first season either,
Yeah.
Third season came around, same thing. It felt like he was there because the first season said he's a really good friend, so we need him around.
He's a very good friend.
Like I said, I haven't seen season 4. I've seen up to season 3. I think I'm waiting until season 5 comes out so I could just watch them both together. But for the most part, it sounds like we are going to be getting a satisfying conclusion coming from the Duffer brother himself, speaking to Variety, saying that Will really take center stage again in 5. The emotional arc for him is what we feel is going to hopefully tie in the whole series together. Will is used to being the young one, the inverted one, the one that's being protected. So part of his journey is not just sexuality. It's Will coming into his own as a young man. We sent him the first 3 scripts of season 5, and I texted him and said, I just don't be a Tom Holland here. He laughed about it and said, of course not, and then immediately put something on TikTok about them. But you can never be mad at Noah. He's a sweet kid. He can't help himself. And I think he's referring back to when he put on his TikTok about season 5 and him being a part of it and all this and that.
Yeah.
So makes sense. He did pull a Tom Holland with that one. But at the end of the day, like I said, I personally don't even see where this arc could be coming from. Yes, he was hopeless in the first one, so maybe it would be kind of poetry, if you will, if like he's the one who saves them in the last season. So in a way, it'll make for a good story and a good arc. If like I said, first season he's mostly not there. Now the 5th season he's only there.
I don't know.
But they would have to literally put all their chips down on this kid and saying that he can deliver every single emotional aspect that needs to basically hit in this season.
Yeah,
that's a lot to put on. What's his name? Noah Schnapp.
Yeah, I don't even think I can see that happening. There was times like where this scene happens, I find it all very cringe, and I'm like, he's a decent actor. He's just, I don't know what it is. Maybe he's outgrown his time as this character, and now we're just seeing an adult man trying to play a kid again. But it ain't working too much.
He's still rocking a bowl haircut. Like that tells you enough about his character development.
Oh shit!
That tells you enough about his character development, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're kidding me? Are you telling me that everybody can grow up and change their style and the way they look, but Willie here has to deal with a bowl cut all 5 seasons? It's some horse shit. It's some that, you know what? And the fucked up part is that I think all this stuff is coming up only because, one, he came out gay in real life. I think that was one thing. And 2, I know he spoken up about like being kind of sidelined a little bit.
Yeah.
And that made a lot of people be like, get him, bring him back and whatever. But he's been there the whole time. But like I said,
not prominently.
Because he was never the prominent character.
Yeah.
He was basically the princess that needed to be saved in the first season. And like I said, my knowledge is only up to the 3rd season. So maybe you could tell me what he kind of did in the 4th season.
He didn't do much in the 4th season.
Oh, okay,
hold on.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Are you putting a spoiler warning?
No, you got it. No, you got it.
Okay. He doesn't do much but get jealous, honestly. There's a lot with Mike and 11. And he's just like, I wish that was me. Like the whole damn season, he didn't really do much. But like, I think a few times he conveniently had the connection to what you call it, the other side. But other than that, he really just whined about being Mike's friend or trying to be a secret crush or something like that. Trying to come to terms with his sexuality, which is cool and all, but you can't bank a whole character arc on that and it'd be okay. There's no way. I don't think so.
So in the show, he came out gay in season 4.
He hasn't came out gay yet. People are upset that he hasn't, and I was like, well, first off, it's kind of like the 80s, and that kind of like the way Mike treated him because he knew he called him weird, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Weird. Like that's kind of how you were seen back then.
Yeah.
So it's
you
like,
get beat up for being gay back then.
Yeah, and it's the kind of shit where people are like, "Oh, we want him to come out or whatever," but like we know he's not fully out, but we know homie is like peeking out the closet. Like it's no big deal, you know.
That must have been a crazy ass era. Like I'm not trying to make it happened already, guys. So whatever.
Spoilers?
But not even like in the show. It's just like that era you couldn't be gay because you just get beat up. It's like, oh, I like dudes. No, you don't. You know, like,
damn.
Fuck, bro. That shit's crazy. That whole era is just insane. Now we're at a better time where you can do pretty much whatever you want.
Yeah,
but
now it's his character is just that's what he's been reduced to. Where he's just like, oh, I wish I was Mike's significant other instead of 11. Boo hoo. And we're just like, well, bro, we don't really care about that.
Wait, he likes his friend.
He likes Mike.
So the big plot and him breaking out of the closet and everything, and this big resolution is to cause even more problems within their friendship.
I don't know.
Mike's him, right?
Yeah, the
long haired
Will something. I forget.
He came out in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Wolfheart or something like that.
Wolfheart.
Yeah.
No, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna watch season 4. I'll watch season 5. It's just gonna. Like I said, I'm just waiting for season 5, and then I'll probably just binge them both just to watch them. But I personally haven't seen Will do too much. Like I said, you probably seen more. So if you if you can defend this,
I can't. There's no way.
Do you want to see some more of him?
If I'm being honest, no. I think his character has been sidelined for a minute, and there's not much to where you could be like, well, I don't care for his arc. And it's gonna turn me off more if like they stick it right in our face, and they're like, oh no, he's been dealing with this in season 2. We're just like, no, you didn't show us a lick of that ever. You know what I mean?
He was doing what in season 2? Oh shit! What was he doing in season 2, Josh?
It was I don't know, but yeah.
Either way,
the season 5 needs to be really fucking good, or I hope it doesn't land on its face. There's a lot of things that season 4 does, which is really cool, and he's not prominent in any of it.
I know, like, season 5's coming around, and I know people got really hyped off season 4. I think season 3 people were kind of coming off a high, from Stranger Things.
The whole Eddie Munson shit.
Were you as excited for these seasons now that you hear it's coming to an end? Are you more like, what? Or are you like, finally, it should have came to an end like 2 seasons ago?
No, I'm not really at a finally. I think it's one of those things where it's like I forget it exists, but when I remember, I'm like, oh, I remember really liking this stuff, And like that's kind of how it feels when this show comes around, and I'm just like, oh, season 5, that's crazy that they're ending it that early. Like, I hope they wrap it up nicely with a bow, but I know they're also working on a prequel or whatever, so I'm fine with the prequel too. Like, I find the other side of the world very interesting, and I'd prefer they explore that more, if I'm being honest.
This might be a little bit like deeper than just like movies and stuff, but I know when I was growing up and I was at a time where like I was watching a show in high school, and then as I grew up, that show was still playing, but I didn't really find interest in it because I kind of grew up a little bit, and then I wound up coming back rewatching the whole seasons or whatever, and then I was like, okay, it was actually pretty good. I just I felt like I was phasing out of certain things. Did you feel like you kind of phased out of Stranger Things, or were you still on board with it, or is it that whole? I know you said right now, like, when you remember it's there, when they release something, that's when you're like, oh yeah, like I want that.
Well, yeah, because I mean, season 1 was really good. Season 2 was kind of like that. If any season would have turned me off, it would have been that one. I don't know what happened. They were just like, here you go, and I was really just like, I don't really want this. Like, I don't care for 11 searching for his sister or the dog. Like, I didn't really care for any of that. And then the third one managed to reel me back in. I actually had a lot of fun rewatching.
I would say the third season was cool with me too.
But like around when the third season was coming out, I was really just like, damn, I forgot this show kind of existed. I remember being like, and then I tried to binge watch it again. I
thought the CGI was great in that mall scene with the monster at the end.
It did. It
like
was really good.
For a Netflix TV show, I was like, wow, very good.
Yeah, it came out really good. I think that's just because they don't use a lot of CGI anyway.
The Duffer brothers are more practical.
Yeah, I think even the bad guy in season 4 was practical, like his makeup and shit. But yeah, like I've never really felt like oh man, this show is still going on or whatever, or phasing out. I feel like it's interesting enough for me to come back to it and be like, okay, I don't have too much of a problem with this. Because I know a show where I've had that similar thing, like it happened with me with The Flash. Like, not only was it being asked, but like, if I knew I wasn't getting anything good past the season 4, I said. I finished.
Is that where you stopped
watching?
Did you ever go back to finish it?
I'm still working on that.
It's just a lot of seasons.
It's tough. It's not even that it's a lot. It's just tough because I remember half of this. Like, I don't want to have to go through the bad seasons again.
The show that I was talking about that I like transitioned out of like in high school and it was still playing was Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I was like watching it. I think when I was getting out of high school, I think it only went to like 6 seasons.
Yeah.
I think when I got out of high school, I was like mid third season, going into the fourth season or something like that. And I was already like leaving. I think I caught a little bit of fourth, and then I was like, this is kind of getting a little boring. So then I moved on. But then I wound up going back to watch it. And
Riverdale was another one.
Riverdale was just a cheap show. I always thought.
Well, no, I mean I watched it because I thought the female actresses were hot. That was one of my things. I was like,
valid.
I was like, okay, and then I knew one of the Sprouse twins was in it, so I was like, this is cool.
That's the only reason why I watched it at first, and I was like, wow, he really just signed on to a boo-boo ass show.
Jughead, because it was Jughead. But yeah, and then I was like, I finished the first season, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'll wait for the second season, and then second season came out, and I was like, I am no longer into this show because I just grew out of it. But it's still fucking going on right now too.
Isn't it on its final season?
I think so. Yeah,
should be done pretty soon. Seeing they had powers and shit, people were coming back. Seen trailers. I was
seen it.
Back from the dead.
I haven't seen him.
Jughead.
I
thought this was a fucking comics cartoon or some shit like that.
Well, nope. Yeah, it's supposed to be based on the Archie comics.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. But now that we're gonna be seeing a little bit more Will in season 5, I guess David Harbour has some time to jump ship and lend his voice over to James Gunn's DC project, Creature Commandos. He wound up coming out talking about the project. I'm not sure when this was recorded because he's really not supposed to be doing this. I'm assuming this was before the strike, but don't quote me. If it turns out to have been afterwards, we'll grill him in a different episode.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll grill him. Get him. So he basically came out and shared a few words for the new project. I think we talked about it in Tuesday's episode, saying that James Gunn basically finished all the voice recording right before the strike happened.
Yeah.
So all the voice recordings put in, and we seen David Harbour briefly in the DCEU. So we're gonna see him come back to the DCU. I don't know if you remember him in the DCEU. Small role.
He was in the DCEU.
Yeah, man. Really? Small role. This is gonna really test you right now.
Ain't no fucking way.
Tiny role, man. You see him for like in the beginning of the movie, and you see him at the end of the movie.
There's no fucking way.
In a dinner setting.
There's no way. I don't know.
Okay. So he's in Suicide Squad. David Ayer's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
He's in multiple scenes, actually, thinking about it now. So he's in the beginning scene when she's talking to Ben Affleck's Batman, eating the steak. Mm-hmm. He's the one who hands the folders for the projects of the villains and stuff like that. He also is in the whole scene where like she flips her hand and does all that crazy shit in front of them.
Oh, the Enchantress.
Yeah, and then he winds up making a brief appearance at the end as well. I'm assuming he was being set up to be a big prominent role, but in this one he was severely cut back, like completely.
That's crazy. No, I don't think I ever noticed.
Yeah, when you go rewatch that movie, if you ever get around to rewatching the movie, check it out. But he does say in his quote right here to Collider, saying that, we recorded a bunch of stuff, and I mean, not only do I get to play in the DC universe, I get to play in James Gunn's DC universe, which is a whole new exciting thing. I didn't know what it was when it was sent to me. I met with James. He laid out a lot of stuff. It was really exciting. He considers it some of his best stuff he's ever written. It's hilarious, and the character is great. I think it's been announced that it's Frankenstein, and it's a very colorful, terrific character. Mm-hmm. He also says, we started to shoot a bunch of stuff. I'm not one to really break, but during this, it's wildly funny stuff. And that's basically it. Says that it's funny, it's hilarious. Talks about Frankenstein a little bit. It's a colorful, terrific character. And saying, as far to say that James Gunn said that it was some of his best writing job to date.
Not to sound like a broken record, but there's a lot of things wrong with that statement that I don't really agree with. Like, first off, best he's ever written, I don't know. I haven't I've only been seeing bad writing, so this would kind of be good writing at best.
You seen the first Guardians movie?
Yes.
That wasn't terrible writing. I don't think he wrote that one though.
Okay, I guess, but I mean that's cool for David Harbour. I still really like him as an actor. Nothing against him. I never even saw the one he did where he was a ghost. That's more my fault.
I haven't seen that one yet either.
It doesn't look too funny, but I think that's cool that they're basically moving quick with this show.
They're moving quick. Well, one, it's an animation movie, so I guess it's not really
show.
Oh yeah, it's an animated show. Yeah, so I guess it's not really too crazy.
Yeah.
And James Gunn has experience with movies, so I'm sure he can make it move good. The thing that gets me, and I know this show's supposed to be funny, so I mean, in a way, hilarious and funny isn't too big of a red flag.
Yeah.
But with James Gunn, it could be a red flag for me sometimes because his humor can be a little sprinkled out a little too much. I really don't want to get into it. It's because I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I know it's going to be our little spoiler for you guys. That will be our review for this upcoming Saturday. And yeah, I don't want to jump too much into that one, so I'm going to leave that alone. But he did wind up writing, he did write the first Guardians of the Galaxy. He did Suicide Squad. He made Super. He wrote Volume 2 as well, Scooby-Doo, Volume 3, Dawn of the Dead, Slither, Scooby-Doo 2, Movie 43. He wrote 13 Ghosts. I didn't know that. That's crazy. I don't think he does a bad job at writing. Like I said, it's just, and maybe this is just me after watching Volume 3. It kind of reaffirms what I be saying is that he kind of has a style to him and the way he jokes. And so for me, not everything lands when he jokes about certain things. I know we seen that deleted scene from Volume 3 where it's like, oh, I'm going to burn their bodies and then rape their skulls or whatever and blah, blah, blah. And it was like...
It was harsh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a deleted scene. I don't want to sound like those Twitter people that sounded bothered by it and shit like that. But that's the kind of shit that I'm like, that's a little, it's a little too far for me. A little too far for my comedy taste,
sure.
I know we talked about Adam Devine and saying how like Marvel movies kind of like killed comedy and stuff like that. And I think it's those kinds of puns that will never make it into a movie like that because one, general audience will never be able to resonate with that. And two, who are you really trying to please with those jokes? Are you pleasing yourself, as in yourself, James Gunn, for writing it and being like, ha, that's really funny? Or is it like, is he reviewing it with people and being like, hey, is this actually really funny or is this a little too far? Because there is too far with jokes.
Well, yeah, there's too far. But that's basically it. His comedy and the way he's written it into his stuff it can be off-putting at times and overbearing and stuff. But try not to put that onto Creature Commandos. I want that show to at least succeed. I don't know shit about them. I'm not gonna go in the paint on this show, but I will with Superman Legacy, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, I think Superman Legacy is gonna be a bigger job. That's what I'm saying. With Creature Commandos, I can probably let it slide with the jokes and stuff. It is probably not gonna be a super serious show.
Yeah. That's if. But one thing I will say that'll probably turn me off immediately, though, is like if it's a lot of swearing, just like the Harley Quinn show.
Well, you're gonna get swearing. It's a James Gunn production.
Well, no, but I mean like how much swearing.
Here's my thing.
Because that's what I hated about Peacemaker too.
And here's my thing about James Gunn too about that shit. It's like, why does he feel the need to want to have to curse every 5 minutes to make it like a point? Like, oh yeah, I'm Edgelord 3000. Nobody cares for, kind of like what he said when Kevin Feige was like, you don't want to be the first person to drop an F-bomb in the MCU. And James Gunn was like, do you not know me? Yes, I do. It's like, yes, it's an achievement nonetheless, but why is that your main goal?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have went back? And I get it, they had like their whole little spat and everything, and that's why he's at DC now with the whole internet thing and Alan Horn jumping the gun and firing him too soon. Why didn't he just go back, say, hey, I'm wanting to play this game. I want to see the MCU grow. I know we have some bad blood, but let's work through it, and let's build out this big thing. Let's make sure it's eligible for everybody.
Yeah.
No, the way that I seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is making me a little paranoid on what he's doing over here on the DC side.
Yeah.
Like, we're probably going to be getting some shit like that. If not like that, then we're getting shit like the Suicide Squad and the Peacemaker up to like 15 or 20.
I really hope he doesn't fuck up in that aspect, because, again, that's a good way to kill my interest in a show. It's dumb, it's childish, and, like, while I can appreciate the words, I can tell you no one is dropping them 5 times every other sentence. There's no way. Not realistically, and I hope this cartoon does something a little serious, has like a good plot or something like that to just carry it. Or shit, it better have good ass animation. This shit better be like Invincible level shit, even if the plot is bad and the characters are bad.
I just want a good show. I just want good DC products, man. It's not even about like, if it's funny and it works, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's serious and it works, I'll take it. You know,
Yeah.
I just want a good show out of this. I want good DC stuff, and I don't want to have to, I don't like all that discourse where it's like, oh, this DC's better. No, this DC's better. It's like, no, I just want to see DC put together,
Yeah.
I have my preferences. You have your preferences. Everybody has their preferences, but let's just unite them bitches, and let's just focus on one thing. Now, we may not agree on the leader. James Gunn is the leader. But if this cast is at least coming out saying, like, hey, we're doing good. Like, Frank Grillo came out saying, like, this is some good shit. And David Harbour's now coming out. I know Palm said that she met with James Gunn, and he has a lot of exciting things for her. Palm is, she plays Mantis in the Guardians movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm still not super hyped about the things. I'm just waiting to see what we get.
Yeah.
I'm not excited. I just want something DC already, and it sounds like we're gonna be on a dry spell. But if that's the case, then I guess it is what it is.
Basically, that's what it comes down to, because we are definitely gonna be in a dry spell. That's even if people will watch Blue Beetle or Aquaman when it comes out.
Yeah, Blue Beetle's gonna be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
So, well, keep an eye on Blue Beetle for you guys. That's really gonna show where DC is gonna be at
For sure.
pretty soon. But moving on, though, we do have word and confirmation. Apparently, A24 is greenlighting a sequel to Talk to Me
Mm-hmm.
in a heartbeat, in a quickness. This movie just came out over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They said, hey, this movie's so good, we need, and the brothers are coming back to direct, Danny and Michael Filippo. Sorry, I don't know their last name, but that's them.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the first one yet, right?
Not yet, no. Have you seen it?
I've not. I really want to. I just have not gotten around to it. Been busy.
Yeah.
Been busy.
Didn't even get to see Insidious.
Things in personal lives is getting in the way, but I really want to get around to it. The sequel being greenlit so early just tells me how good it is. I know the preview nights, they really made a lot of money off this movie, and I, for one, love it. Me personally, I love it just because horror is getting recognition right now.
Yeah.
This is like a horror fan's dream. If you guys are horror fans out there, this is like, if you guys seen it, let me know how good it is, because apparently it's good enough to get a sequel already.
Yeah.
I need to get around to it.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. But, I mean, that's cool. I even without seeing it, I think the trailer alone really gives you what the vibe is, and if it's pleasing people for whatever, it must be really cheap, and at the same time the concept must be good enough to give it a sequel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the direct, and like, these brothers had to have killed it.
Yeah, camera work had to have been good.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen them on YouTube for so long. If they were able to make it happen with, I don't even know what kind of equipment they were rocking, it couldn't have been a movie studio equipment,
Oh no, I don't think so. They had access to the cranes and wiring and shit.
Mm-hmm. But now that they have, how did they even get access like that? That's the crazy part. Like, how did they even?
I have no idea, man.
The way that they just, sure, you guys can use it to make these crazy ass videos.
Why not? No.
Why not? A sequel, 100% deserved. A24 is just killing it, and they have waivers.
Yeah.
Do you think this is one of the movies that is gonna get past the whole union deal, and we're gonna be able to see this movie fast tracked for like a? It doesn't look like it uses a lot of CGI or anything.
It's probably very cheap. It's like a M. Night Shyamalan type shit.
They could probably fast track this for a next year release.
Yeah, if they wanted to. I don't see why not. Yeah, A24 is totally abiding by their rules, their costs, their even the union little treaty they got going on. So why not? Why not give it to them? Make a B-list actor right now have the spotlight by not only being the head of people's news outlets, but saying, hey, you know that guy who did only these 3 things in this one movie? He's gonna be acting in a new movie. You know what I mean? And he'll be able to get his name out there or her name out there, while all the A-listers are like, oh, I can't even act in Martin Scorsese's next film. What the fuck?
Well, yeah. Well, because a strike is going on, right?
Yeah.
And even as far as to Paramount over here allowing to start filming for Sonic 3 in September, but they're only going to be filming scenes without any actors. So they're greenlighting a movie that can potentially be used and have waivers.
Yeah.
Talk to me too. Mm-hmm. And we're also developing another movie, Sonic 3, that they're going to do basically all the CGI work. They're going to film all the scenes that just need the obviously hedgehogs. The hedgehogs, obviously, and then push on to the actors if things get resolved. We're also at a point, too, where Rachel Zegler herself is basically losing out on Paddington 3, Paddington in Peru. They wound up moving all production over to UK, and they're going to be using all UK actors to basically run the movie, and Rachel Zegler's out. So I guess why I'm bringing it up like that is just to highlight, I get it, one movie situation is not the same other movie situation.
Yeah.
But, can we really say, yes, greenlight them if they're getting waivers? While, like her or hate her, Rachel Zegler not getting the work that she had, because now they're moving it all over to the UK, and they have different unions out there, so they're not on strike, so that's why they're able to, proceed with filming out there. And then you got Sonic 3, where they're just completely avoiding actors altogether and saying, hey, we could still make some 3D prints. And
well, that's going to be the tough thing then, because what is filming without humans anyway? Getting shots, getting scenery, maybe indoors to figure out how the Sonic's going to stand here, Tails here, Knuckles here, Shadow here, if that's where we're going with this one. How much of the movie will you get done? The big climax, a few scenes in the middle? I don't expect there to be a lot of scenes without humans, because even the second one had a lot of humans more than the first one, I think.
I'm assuming it's stuff like that. You're going to get they could probably record the climax. Obviously, that's going to be all fight or something, maybe.
Yeah.
They probably can film the action scenes that are probably going to only have to heavy do with these hedgehogs or whatever. And then, obviously, if there's a lot of hedgehogs already, we got Tails, Knuckles, Sonic, potentially Shadow. A lot of the screen time is going to be on the hedgehogs anyway, so they could just make this a hedgehog-centric movie and just have, obviously the usual suspects from the other two parts around.
And, even to program them in, you still need the voice actors, right? The voice acting comes first.
Yeah, you would need the voice actors.
Yeah. So, how does that work?
If they got lines written down, if they got to adjust and reshoot and reword certain things and they don't have money to change it, back shot, back of the head, put words.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. A24 is different, though, because that's the thing. They are abiding by the rules. They understand that for people to work and, things to be made, you need to have healthy work shit.
Pay your people.
Yeah, exactly like that. But, they're doing it right. And Rachel Zegler, why would you want to act in anything regardless? You are a union a union worker, you should be picketing. Don't yes, worry about your job, but at the same time, know that there's gonna be other work once this shit lets go. And Paddington? Really, you're upset over losing it out on a British bear? Come on now.
Well, those movies did well. Okay, they're memes till this day, but they did well.
Oh my God.
But here's my thing, okay? And this is why, like, even when we talked about it a few episodes ago, go check those out if you guys haven't yet. Is we have A24 over here, right? On the outskirts. They can do movies for cheap. Give Paul Rudd a waiver. Give, all these actors that are going to act in this movie a waiver because, hey, it's a small budget film, A24.
Mm-hmm.
But let's pull away from these bigger films, Paramount, right? Which is a big studio that AMPTP is that they're a part of, and they don't want to budge with the actors and whatnot. They're still going out of their way to go ahead and record these scenes, which, let's be honest, they could probably just make a whole hedgehog movie if they wanted to, instead of having any humans in there at all.
Yeah,
they could probably go to a different world or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're not doing that though. They still want their actors back. They still want to film with who they need to, but they got to do what they got to do. Mm-hmm. And then you have other movies that are completely just going overseas and getting work over there. Shit's still gonna happen with or without certain people. But why is it that we have some losing their jobs while other ones are holding their jobs? This is where I say, like, unity needs to happen. And if Rachel Zegler's losing her job, then maybe these people at A24 should just lose it as well, just for a little bit, just so, if we make the whole wheel stop, nothing else is going to go through. But if we stop this cog, but there's still 3 more that can still do the same thing, and those are still spinning, it's like, well, we're not getting even closer to the problem.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to feel too much about it because, again, I still feel
different strokes for different folks. I get it, but it's still like
A24 has been the only one dealing it out. Maybe if this goes on long enough, they'll just be like, "Hey, you can't be recycling actors. you gotta be picking up new people because we starving." Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. But yeah. I mean, she'll get her time to shine. All these actors will be in the end. I'm sure of it.
Not after Snow White.
You can miss out on Paddington too, dog.
I'm just saying, Rachel Zegler is gonna be in Snow White, so I don't know how good she's gonna be. She just came out of Shazam 2, about to be in Snow White now. Missed out on Paddington now.
Maybe it's time for her to hang it up. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Maybe all this is just God sending a sign to Rachel Zegler saying, "Stop your acting.
Stop acting.
You're done.
You're
the faster she's out of Hollywood, the faster everything gets resolved." Watch Iger call tomorrow. "Hey guys, we're gonna pay our people."
Oh my God.
It is what it is. I guess it's all fine and dandy, but then we're also getting other people confirming their characters, like Sydney Sweeney, and I see those hard eyes, and I know you're gonna oogle and ogle.
Yeah.
And I know you're probably gonna give her a pass. But why is she able to promote her Spider-Woman?
Oh.
And that's...
Where did she promote it at?
Well, apparently...
Was it on a podcast, or did she, go out and talk to somebody important?
Did she just go ahead and...
She just screams it out, "I'm gonna be... I'm in Madam Web."
So, she talked to Variety before the strike.
Okay.
And she confirmed that she will be playing Carpenter, a.k.a. Spider-Woman. And this was in a Variety article that she did prior to strike. So she's safe for now.
That's right. Safe. She's safe.
So she said that she was freaking out, of course, and that to better prepare, she went straight to the comic store and bought every single comic that mentioned her character, and is going balls to the wall with this character. And she's saying that this movie, she thinks that is different from what people are going to expect from a superhero movie to be, and that's basically it. I mean, I wasn't looking forward to a Sydney Sweeney led Spider-Woman film, but I mean, if we're getting it, I guess.
2 things. That's cool. If she gonna be in something, I'm gonna watch it. I don't give a fuck. But the second thing, I am tired of hearing the line. This movie is is a different superhero movie than we've seen before. I am tired of hearing that fucking line. You know what I mean? Like, we hear it quite often. Ooh, this movie is nothing like we've seen before.
And then we get Morbius.
Yeah.
Or the Flash.
Yeah, basically. And you're just like, you're right. I've never seen garbage like that before. You know what I mean? It just now has a lightning bolt on it, or this one's a vampire, or so on and so forth. I am tired of hearing that fucking line.
So do you think Madam Web is gonna be a shitty ass movie?
Probably not. Every movie gets a chance. If Black Adam and Ghost Rider can get one, this one can get one too.
You know what? It sounds to me like you're giving it a pass because of Sydney Sweeney, and you know what?
And
you're being mad biased, bro, and I don't appreciate
unbiased?
it. Yeah,
unbiased,
mad biased.
I know. I am very unbiased. Hard eyes aside, I'm taking them off. Yeah, no. I think she's a good enough actress to pull that off. I don't see why not.
You've read the comics?
Not of this character.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you here, buddy. In this one, no. The thing is I haven't really seen her act in a lot of things. I've seen her in Euphoria. I want to see her in that new movie or show that's out on Max right now, Reality or something.
Yeah.
I want to see that one, but I don't know. I mean, they gave her a leading role, but we don't even know if she's a leading lady.
Only one way to find out.
I mean, yeah, but
also banking on a Sony Spider-Woman movie isn't the movie either.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't say it's the move, only because I mean, if she was like a secondary Spider character and then promoted to primary Spider character in the next one, if she does really well, but all we've ever seen her in is like sad Euphoria stuff, and then now we can finally see her in that new reality show, whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. It's called Reality, right?
Yeah, something like that.
But I mean, I personally haven't seen anything, but you're over here hyping her up. But I mean, you need to start thinking with your head, not the other one.
Shut up.
Stop being a dirty birdie.
Don't judge me.
No, what?
Don't judge me.
Huh? I'm gonna just scroll. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit.
I just think.
I'm just gonna.
I just think that I don't know. I don't see why not. Giving her a chance.
Emma Roberts is gonna be in there.
Yeah.
Dakota Johnson, Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Isabella Merced. I mean, the concept sounds crazy. It's basically Terminator meets Spider-Man, and
crazier things have happened in the comics. So.
I mean, it. Like I said, it could totally be something good, or it could totally be something dumb. Some of this cast gives me like good vibes, but then there's stuff like this. I think where I'm worried about is maybe Adam Scott being in there. I'd say Sydney Sweeney too, because it's not just her, and maybe Emma Roberts, but she's a good actress. I just don't know what her capacity would be in this movie.
Yeah,
but
who knows? But I mean, can't be too mad at it.
I know you're gonna say that. Moving on, I guess.
Well, what's the beef? Like it doesn't make much sense.
The beef is that you're not giving me genuine conversation. What you're doing is oogling and ogling.
That's not
over
true.
This girl.
I'm telling you that.
Look how hard you're trying to stay away from the computer screen right now.
She has a chance. What are you talking about? I'm always staring at the ceiling. That she has a chance, and the fact that you haven't seen her in much, be very worried.
Did this one wrap up production?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
It was still recording when the strike happened, so is it on pause?
I think it's on pause. Well, I don't know. I didn't hear if it wrapped or anything like that. I don't know.
Check in.
Maybe it just flew under the radar.
It's set for February 16th.
2024?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then they probably finished a long time ago then.
They wouldn't have needed to be done, right?
Mm-hmm.
For post.
Yeah, filming wrapped up sometime.
The only thing is that if it continues, then the whole strike, then they just wouldn't be able to promote the movie.
Yeah, that's gonna suck. Just for that movie to tank, it's gonna suck.
I mean, hopefully this doesn't tank. Hopefully we're in a good spot, and hopefully it's a good movie. The only thing is that I'm getting fucking sick and tired of Sony putting out Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man in there. Peter Parker.
What you, Spider-Man?
I mean, we got Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and we got Miles Morales, which is Spider-Man, obviously.
It's about the mitts, baby. Love the mitts.
But, what?
You haven't seen that meme?
No.
You said Spider-Verse and it just made me think of the Kingpin.
Kingpin?
Yeah. I'll show you the meme afterward.
Okay. Very good. But yeah,
You know who I think can act out of the Euphoria cast, like for shit?
who?
Not just the not just that chick, her friend, the one with the black hair.
The big girl?
No, the other one.
Oh.
The skinny one. Her and the dude that plays Nate. I don't think he can act.
Nate, the big jock.
He's the tall one, yeah, the big one. The one that they said could be Superman, but wasn't.
Oh, yeah. I think he's a one-show pony too. I think he just plays that jock or like wimpy kind of guy.
It's weird.
That's all right. He had shoes to fill. He filled them. I mean, he could probably branch out and do something different. He could probably go down the road of like Robert Pattinson or something. It's just if he can extend himself.
Yeah.
I've seen him in a few things. I don't think he's a bad actor. I just think he needs to stop playing the same character. I think he does that a lot.
Yeah. We know Zendaya can act. She's great.
Yeah. No, she's good. You said the friend with the black hair, right? The skinny girl?
Yeah.
You said she can't act?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to think if I've seen her in something else. I feel like I have.
And since we are talking about Euphoria a little bit, did you see the dude that played Fez? He died. Damn, what was his name?
Oh yeah, he passed away. R.I.P.
Yeah,
Angus Cloud.
Angus Cloud. Yeah,
Rest
in peace, Angus Cloud.
Yeah, R.I.P.
He was one of my favorite characters on the.
I really liked him too.
Show.
It's very tragic the way he passed away. Waves, mainstream, 19 on Fire, Love. I'm trying to see if I know I seen her in something. I'm just trying to figure out what I seen her in. I guess I didn't see her in anything because she was not in anything. Yeah, no, never mind. She's not in anything. Yeah, she hasn't done a lot. Jacob Elordi, that's his name.
Yeah.
What was he in? Oh, Kissing Booth. Julie liked those movies, all three of them. He played the same dude in those.
Yeah.
Two Hearts. Pirates of the Caribbean. He was in the fourth one?
What the fuck?
Where?
No way.
Oh, yeah, he was. No, he wasn't. What the fuck? I gotta rewatch that movie. I haven't seen it in so long.
But yeah, I think back to the movie. I think she could be cool. I'm biased. Look aside.
I still feel like there's some biases behind there, but I'm willing to still give it a shot, and I'm hoping it's better than Venom. So, fingers.
Venom wasn't that bad, man.
Okay, Venom 2.
Venom 2 wasn't that bad.
Venom 2.
We are not gonna have this discussion again.
Venom 2 was not that good. It
wasn't better than the first.
If you
but it
choose
was good.
to not refute it, then you lose.
I just told you.
Oh, what?
It wasn't better than the first one, but I did like it.
It's okay.
And it's good. It definitely is good.
The best parts was with Carnage, and even then, we didn't get a lot of Carnage. Not enough blood.
That's not.
Andy Serkis played it too safe.
Yeah.
Should have went for a hard R.
Exactly. What?
Rating.
I don't
rating,
even.
Rating.
What do you mean
rating.
by that?
Rating. Hard. And then the first Venom. Well, let's be honest. How good was that movie? Like out of 10.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. If you can just spitball it right now. 1, 2, 3.
7.5.
Oh, this is not even a conversation. You're smoking crack. It's not even above a 6.
Lying. You're
There's no way.
No. You're Kevin.
That shit was mid.
Nah.
And it was mid.
Kevin.
Wanna know why? Bro, at the end of the movie, there was a CGI fight that you couldn't even tell who was winning.
You couldn't tell who was winning.
You couldn't tell either.
I can.
No, that's cap. You were probably watching it like, I'm sure he's winning, but they're not making it.
One is darker than the other. What do you mean? You can totally see that shit.
When it's mixing.
No.
Yeah. And fire bad all of a sudden. Fire bad. They mention it one time in the movie in passing. They're like, oh yeah, this and that. And he's like, I'm fire. And he's like, yeah, I'm fire. And then at the end of the movie, yeah, fire bad.
We've been new that. That's basic knowledge.
If you guys didn't see Bully Maguire, you didn't know about it. Moving on though to our last couple topics, and this might pertain to you guys, so be on, listen to this shit, because I'm probably gonna be deleting a couple things pretty soon. So first things first, Bob Iger himself came out in his quarterly call. We didn't get a lot of tea out of this one, and I'm assuming it's because of the fact that the strike is going on and really can't promote much. But he says that he wants to find quick solutions to the issues that have kept them apart for months. And he's talking about the AMPTP and the SAG-AFTRA strike and the WGA for striking. He says, I am personally committed to working to achieve this result. Continues to say that nothing is more important to the company than its relationships with the creative community that includes actors, writers, animators, directors, and producers. Says that he has deep respect and appreciation for all those who are vital to the extraordinary creative engine that drives this company and industry.
Interesting.
Isn't that the pyro calling the fire department? So, yeah, look.
We know you're full of shit, Iger.
Yeah,
No.
the only thing I can kind of give him, he did kind of speak on it and said that they were kind of close to their saving goal. But he didn't blatantly come out like Zaslav did and was like, oh, we saved $1 million from not paying our people. Hey, what's up? But like, at least Iger was just like, yeah, we met our saving quota. That could have came from anything. They had to dump like 7,000 employees, I think they said. At one point, we talked about that they eliminated CEOs, heads. Like they hit the chopping block with a lot of jobs over there at Disney.
No, we know what you meant, Iger. You're full of shit. I know what you did. No, I know he's full of shit. There's no way. He knew if this shit wasn't coming out. Hell, I don't even think Deadline is like a real like source, like Variety of them. Like I feel like they get shady with their tactics of getting news.
Sometimes there's been times where like I find an article and I'll go to Deadline because they kind of report on it first, but then I have to go to a couple other sites to kind of get the full story because Deadline, they'll put it out and I don't want to like defame them. It's just I don't feel like they're 100% with their writing all the time.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I imagine. And like if this wasn't gonna be leaked or it wasn't coming out, he totally would have been on the phone like, oh yeah, we met your quota. Not paying people pays well. Like it's. I know that for a fact. I know he's full of shit. Show us your pay stubs. show us how much you make back in taxes. Show that to the people on the picket line, you motherfucker.
Yeah, because we did hear in the beginning wherein he was basically like, these union people are unreasonable. They don't want to talk to us or whatever. So all of a sudden he's willing to communicate. And maybe because those wallets are hurting, and maybe your guys' wallets are going to be hurting too, because he also announced that Disney Plus and Hulu will be getting price hikes yet again, up close to the 30% tile. So,
greedy fuck.
This is coming from Variety. All right, so Disney Plus Premium with no ads will jump up 27%, going from $10.99 a month to $13.99 a month, $14 for U.S. customers. Hulu without ads will increase from $14.99 to $17.99. The price for Disney Plus and Hulu standalone ad-supported tiers will remain at $7.99 a month each, with their bundle still at $10 a month. In addition to the monthly price, if you guys have Hulu Plus TV packages, it will go up by $7 starting October 12th. With ads, without ads, $76.99. With video on demand, about $90, and ESPN Plus will continue to be, will go from $9.99 to $10.99. That's not being too bad. Disney Plus went up $3, y'all. So did Hulu, $3. We're deleting accounts in this bitch.
This is crazy.
And you know what? They're bleeding money. Their movies are flopping because of their whole, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Little Mermaid was weird. What was another one that came out and flopped?
The animated one.
That animated one flopped. Elemental.
The Kraken one.
The Kraken one.
Elemental ended up being profitable.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 95% sure.
No, they said that there was going to be a bounce back, but nothing happened yet.
No, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was profitable. I think it made almost as much as The Flash.
Almost as much? The Flash didn't make that much.
I could be quoting incorrectly, but I'm like 95% sure it became profitable. Like at the tail end of its of its run, I think.
Oh, it did. It did have a bounce back.
Yeah, told you.
International went up 65%. At worldwide right now, it's at a 425 million. Very good.
Yeah, told you, 95% sure.
2 months later.
Yeah, the tail end of its run.
I wonder what happened. Did maybe like word of mouth?
Probably. A lot of people on Twitter said it was really good, but I'm even if I do check it out, I'm gonna wait for Disney Plus or bootleg it at this point.
So it was a flop, but wasn't a flop at the same time.
It got back up for round 2 and was like, "Bring it, bitch."
Yeah, it's like I could do this all day.
Yeah,
so,
basically.
So positive, I guess. I mean, usually animated movies like about 100 million plus marketing, probably 200 million. So they probably bagged. 200 million, like about another 100 million. So 200 million total budget, maybe.
Bounce back 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Not bad. They got a little something, but still flops are still happening over there at Disney. I mean, I think
Haunted Mansion is doing pretty bad right now.
Yeah, it's doing really bad. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 did good for them.
Yeah.
Well, Disney Plus shows are doing pretty bad.
Ahsoka comes out soon.
So I just see this kind of price hike to me is just this company taking it out on the consumer. They're trying to make us plug up the holes that are happening in their company. I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
I think I might be getting rid of Disney Plus, and they said it's gonna be happening in October. So October, I'll probably be done with it.
right after Ahsoka, like
literally after Ahsoka.
Like, but I don't know. It's not too bad. Or it's bad that the prices are going up. That's not what I meant. I meant it can be worse. Is what I meant. That's what I meant. Like
they could be robbing us at gunpoint.
They could pay the mouse. But
Bob Iger himself rolls up on you.
But well, okay. Well, you said you'd get rid of Disney Plus, which is fine. I mean, again, I don't really care. I can bootleg like half the shit on there. But would who? I'm trying to word it correctly for our audience. I guess the same. It goes the same. Disney Plus or Hulu. Like, is there enough on Disney Plus to keep you interested? Probably not. I know there's a lot on Hulu to keep me interested, though.
I'd say Hulu for sure. I'd say Hulu for sure. Disney Plus, no. Like I've said, and I said it again, I'll say it once more. Disney Plus is a babysitting app. There's nothing on there that you cannot watch anywhere else, and their originals are, let's be honest,
they're ass.
Not good.
Straight donkey.
So I would find more luck looking for something to watch on Netflix than I will on Disney Plus.
You mean Hulu?
Well, Hulu as well, but
you mean you've been actually?
I just mean in general. I mean Hulu too. I think
on YouTube. I'm just saying they got movies with ads,
bro. I be watching mad prank videos on YouTube, bro. Been
we should prank Bob Iger.
No. Have you been seeing the Island Boys be wilding on fucking the internet lately?
No,
they kissed each other.
I've seen that.
It's pretty gay.
That's about it. I mean, gay things aside, you shouldn't be kissing your brother. That's just mad weird. Like
on the lips, my G.
Yeah, and then homie came out as gay like a week later. What?
No. He said he does things only for his OnlyFans.
Oh,
and everything else is like
does that mean someone paid him to do that shit? That's mad weird.
They're doing whatever they can for some money.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Disney Plus, yeah, I would say is the weakest link. I'll get my Star Wars fix for sure, but not enough there to keep me interested.
And let's be honest, I heard that they're making like a physical copies of like WandaVision. So if we're going down the path of like physical copies, I'd probably just get it on physical whenever it releases. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I don't know. To me, they don't give enough for us to even keep Disney Plus. They don't give us enough content. That Percy Jackson show still hasn't even been released yet. I swear it's been like 2 years. I swear it's been like 2 years. We still haven't seen nothing from it.
Basically,
it's supposed to be done, wrapped up production. Like it's supposed to be like should be ramping up for like a release, and still nothing. So I think at this point Disney's losing its marbles. I mean, we're hearing that it might be bought out. I think at this point it sounds more than likely. I don't know, man. The House of Mouse has been it's been very disappointing.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. It's not like it's anything like that's hard to comprehend. Yeah, what do they have on there? The cinematic universe. How many times are you rewatching that shit? Holy fuck.
I'm only watching the Endgame.
There's Star Wars again. We'll get that eventually.
Yeah.
And then all the other animated stuff. And so, like, what are you really watching there other that's trained for adults that you can't watch anywhere else? I think Deadpool is still on Hulu, and Max for sure. Like, there's you can get your fix about almost anything anywhere else.
I have a better selection in my living room than Disney Plus has.
No, yeah, basically.
That's right. I went there.
It's facts.
Mic drop.
It's true.
It is what it is.
I guess it's just me. No.
But if you guys are gonna keep Disney Plus, let us know. If you guys are keeping Hulu, let us know. I really gotta make a decision on that one. That one's gonna be that's just crazy. That Disney Plus being that expensive, Hulu being that expensive. Don't get me wrong, Hulu got some things on there, but not enough things.
Not close to $20 things.
No, not enough.
Actually, I take that back. The Bear. I'll give my money up for the Bear.
Well, I see, and here's my thing: is that why not
aren't they combining? Wasn't that the end goal?
Well, there's a bundle. Well, yeah, they're supposed to like combine, like kind of what Star did.
Yeah,
but they're not. I don't think they're gonna do that if they're profiting off. If people are gonna still pay for two sites, they're not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I say, people, this is where we make a stand. Okay, this is where we say, bundle that bitch. Why are we paying two separate streamings when we can easily just get it off one? And I get it. Oh, Disney Plus is a kids app. Well, make Hulu it and put a Disney Plus tab in the bottom and just
they do that for everything else. They have it for cartoons,
no,
anime.
Man, they're just trying to milk us for money. Iger wants us for money.
Yeah, money that he'll put into his pockets and won't return to his people. This is some shit.
Mm-hmm.
To our sister that likes Disney and is a Disney adult, I want to see you cancel your subscription.
honestly, you're ruining a lot of people's lives.
Exactly. Well, you're contributing to Iger's cause.
Yeah. This is a mad guilt trip.
This is you indirectly not paying your people. No.
Yeah, you're not paying your people. Pay your people.
Yeah, but I don't know. Hulu, again, Hulu can stay only because of a few shows I actually really do like on there. The Bear being one of them.
Yeah. We'll talk financials in a little bit. But with that being said, that's going to be our last topic for this episode. If there's anything that we didn't talk about that we should have been talking about, let us know. If there's a movie that you guys want us to review that we haven't, let us know. If you guys want to support us in a big way, Josh, let them know.
I don't want to. No, I'm just kidding. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post when new episodes are up. You can hit us up there for any news or movies you want us to cover. Let us know if you actually do prefer Hulu over Disney, or you don't have streaming sites and only have cable. Listen to us on the go. Anywhere you get your podcast. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, things like that. Support us in a big way. Links are in those bios I just gave you. Buzzsprout. Subscribers get special shout outs and things only meant for subscribers, and you help us out grow our show a little bit. That would be much appreciated. And when it's all said and done, subscribe to our YouTube.
Much appreciated.
We'll talk to you later.
Talk to you guys on the next one.